What up guys, it's your brother Joe here and welcome to today's upload. So I'm sure many of you will have seen the BBC Three documentary Abused by My Girlfriend. It's one of the most hard-hitting and heartbreaking things I've ever seen. It really, it got to me that was hard to see. For those of you who haven't heard of it, it's a documentary telling the story of this lad who was abused emotionally, physically, any way his girlfriend could, and she inflicted it on him. It's absolutely heartbreaking. But what's just as bad is some of the comments the guys had directed towards him. And I'm actually calling a few of these out because these really pissed me off. I've got them on my laptop below, so if I'm glancing down, I'm just reading the comments that I've seen. So one of them suggested patriarchy in action because she's being sent away because he gaslighted her into reacting. Firstly, what the fuck has this got to do with the patriarchy? Tell me here, what the fuck has this whole thing got to do with the patriarchy? Secondly, and here's the thing, I can't stress this enough, he didn't gaslight her. She fucking pled guilty, you idiot! Now, generally, if you've been gaslighted, you don't plead guilty. And if I'm honest, in some of the cases I hear of, gaslighting is just a way that some people use to play the victim. But for most of the cases, gaslighting is a form of abuse where the abuser will try and spin it and make the victim feel like they're the abuser. But I've heard of some cases where the actual abuser in question has tried spinning that to play the victim. Anyway, that this said comment also goes on to say that this invalidates female victims. How is this invalidating female victims exactly? Nobody here is being fucking invalidated. Okay, and then we've got, the standard macho bullshit, which goes along the line of, I'm sorry to say, but he had it coming. Act like a slave, you'll be treated like a slave. What a pussy, toughen up, dude. The kind of macho bullshit which guys who, let's be honest, anyone can make it themselves sound macho while they're typing shit behind a computer screen. But these are the type of, oh, look how macho I am, look how tough I am. Yeah, mate, okay, you're saying that hiding behind a computer screen. Like, seriously, you expect me to take you seriously? And it's that kind of, look at how tough a man has to be bullshit. Like, okay, cool, some people go for that. But most people, they don't give a fuck for that shit. And it doesn't matter how tough you are. Anyone can be a victim of abuse. It can happen to literally anyone. It isn't just a physical thing. It's also a mental thing, especially if the abuser gets in your head. It's not as black and white as you may think it is. And then, of course, you've got the, as a man, you wouldn't let this happen. Nobody lets abuse happen. So I don't know where that whole idea has come from. Another comment. You didn't give her good dick. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, mate, course. Because, when someone's coming at you with a kettle of boiling water and knives, yes, this actually happened, by the way. I'm not making this shit up. But when someone's coming at you like that, your first thought's really going to be, you know what? I'm going to stick my fucking dick in that. Fuck that shit. Alex is a gigantic pussy. That's why he was treated this way. Some women need to be shown dominance. They were a bad match because he's a beta. Newsflash. Most women don't give a shit for that. Oh, look how masculine I am shit. So that's a comment of bullshit right there in itself. I mean, I don't know. There might be some women out there who do go for the whole overly macho thing. But most women don't give a fuck. Truth, right? Yeah, they need a man who can look after them, etc. But, and hey, let's be honest, while we're on this subject, not all women are looking for men. Just something to point out here. Some are looking for women, and some just aren't looking for anyone at all. But I know this whole overly masculine, tough bullshit act is one thing that can put them off. Oh my god, this is such bullshit. Way to defend sexism and misogyny. Why not show a clip of Hitler? An actual comment that was on the video, by the way. I'm not making it up. This is an actual comment. And to that person I say, Yeah, because a lad being abused by his girlfriend and calling out the bitch, and rightfully so, can really be compared to one of the greatest mass genocides of all time. It's not really sexism if the bitch did it, is it? I'm just saying. And then, of course, my personal favourite, I want your girlfriend like that. Yeah, and I bet that type of person is the sort of person that goes around saying shit like, oh, I want a relationship like Harley Quinn and the Joker. You know, the kind that don't understand what's wrong with that behaviour and think that shit is normal. You know, the kind of people that would normally be safe inside their fucking padded cells. But anyway, you know, there's a lot of hate going towards the guy, and I'm just, you know, I don't understand it. Abuse can happen to anyone. It's not just about the whole physical thing. And for anyone who says, you know, oh, they should just leave, it's not as easy as that. With abuse, it gets in your head. You know, you're completely into the person, and it starts off with these little incidents that you just disregard. But it escalates at a gradual pace where every time it happens, you just think it's normal, you know? And obviously, it's not normal. It's not fucking right. But in your head, it's really sort of hard to connect the dots. And I think, you know, this documentary is a step in the right direction of showing people what the signs of abuse are so that people can get help in getting out, you know? And to anyone who's going through it now, I say this. You're not alone, okay? There is help out there. If you need out, there is help. Recognise the signs and do what's best for you. As a channel, I'm completely behind you. And, you know, I think it's very important that this is something that is spoke about more and more. And not just for male victims, obviously, but for anyone who is a victim of domestic abuse, domestic violence, you know. It can happen to anyone. So, we need to be a lot kinder to anyone who's gone through it. Just something to think about there. Thank you for watching this video. Bye, guys.